Hello. So this is on creating an online job profile. When it comes to providing yourself, like proving yourself professionally, it's important to show and tell. After all, 90% of the info in our brain processes is visual. And research shows using visual aids makes you 43% more likely to convince people to do what you want. That's why having a online job profile is so great. Whether you're trying to attract new customers, give employers a feel for your skills, enhance your personal brand, or make yourself more visible on the web, a site that showcases your work will help you accomplish your goal. And the best part, you don't have to be a graphic designer to have an eye-catching portfolio. So there are a few tips on how to create an awesome online job portfolio, no matter what industry you're in. So the first thing is figure out what you're showing off. Before you can figure out how to show off your work, you need to understand what you want others to see. Even though you've got a lot more real estate on an online portfolio than you do on your resume, you should be equally selective about what you include. After all, people have limited attention spans, and you only want to upload the samples that best demonstrate your talent or experience. Or as designer and type artist Sasha Prude explained to Creative Blog, the work that you choose to showcase should be the type of work that you want to be hired to produce. If you don't already have a master list or collection of your work, start by making one. Then rank the projects in terms of how impressive they are and choose the top 10 to 20. Or look several projects that each show off a different service or skill. You should also factor in what you're trying to accomplish. Are you using your portfolio to enhance your resume? Then your work should support the qualifications you've listed elsewhere in your application. Are you using it to draw in new clients? Focus on projects related to the sorts of clients that you want to work with. Are you using it to establish yourself as a leader in your field? Show off your highest brow work stuff or stuff that's gotten you the most attention. Those are the basics that everyone should consider. Now, there's a few special cases as far as this goes. So the first special case is if your work is in a non-visual role. Working in a role where your product isn't visual, like sales, product management, and the like, this shouldn't keep you from having a portfolio to show off your stuff, though. You just have to be a little bit more creative. For example, even though Julie Lorch is a UX designer, she found ways to show off some of the less visual aspects of her process in her portfolio, like brainstorming sessions and protocols, and how she does that. Not only do you get a clear sense of how much went into the project, but you actually learn more about the person's creative process and their problem-solving skills. Now, are there any processes you've helped create that some simple visualizations could help explain? Could you upload reports, bulletins, or status updates that show off your project progress? Another special case is if you're transitioning and don't have examples of your work yet. What if you're trying to transition into a new line of work and you want to list that service on your site, but you don't have any clips or samples yet? Try creating mock ones. If you're a content marketer who wants to start offering sponsorships, infographics, make an infograph for an imaginary client. Or if you're a freelancer looking to expand into freelance writing, write an article that would work in one of your target publications. Having something to show off, even if it isn't for an actual company or client, will still be powerful in representing your abilities. Also, if some of your best work is proprietary, so you can't share it, sometimes you'll have to have an agreement with a client not to share work that you've done. And some of your projects will involve proprietary company information. You can usually get around this obstacle by describing the project in generic terms. For example, instead of saying, for the past year and a half, I've been improving the brand visibility by writing SEO-rich blog posts and running 5 social media accounts, and including blog and social media samples. Say, for the past year and a half, I've been improving brand visibility for a major BTC web service. Then write up a Mark article or Facebook post and use that as your visual evidence. So, the next step, number 2, it says keep it simple. When it comes to showing off your stuff, less is definitely more. We suggest presenting your project in a straightforward format with the option to look at each individually to view more details and give people context to your work. Of course, even when you're keeping the information minimal, your portfolio should still look busy, fast. After all, each project likely has a different design, color scheme, or format. As you're putting all your diverse work samples together in one place, try some of these tactics to make it look more cohesive and not visually overwhelming for the viewer. There's a hint here. It says, do it yourself. Website builders make this actually a little easier than you think. So 3, make it easy to navigate. Another way to make your portfolio easier for readers to navigate, use categories. When you get a lot of work to show off, placing everything on one page can be a little bit overwhelming. It can also be misleading. If the first 3 projects are all related to digital strategy, potential clients might assume you don't offer any other services and miss the web development projects further down on the page. Furthermore, categories can demonstrate your range. If you're a marketing generalist who does social media strategy, press outreach, and blog copy, you probably want to categorize your work as well. After all, you wouldn't want someone looking for Instagram help to have to sort through the magazine placements you scored for clients. Tongue-tied. Okay. 4, remember it's not just about your work. While your past work is a critical aspect when someone's thinking about working with you, it is important to remember that said person isn't looking to hire your work, but the person who made it. A good portfolio is made even better when it's part of including a bit of your story, background, what type of person you'd like to work with. So as you're working on building up your portfolio, don't forget the surrounding pages. And finally, to expand on this a little more, you work hard at what you do, so prove it with an online job portfolio. With these techniques, you'll have a site that showcases your strengths and gets you one step closer to achieving your professional goals. So, thanks for watching.